Hey guys, how's it going? Garcia here with another portfolio update. So in this video, I'll break down the portfolio, any moves that I made today, show the posts that I've shared on Twitter, and give the shout outs at the very end of the video. All right, so let's get to it. So today we closed at $140,000, but after hours, we are at $138,032.36. So it looks like Palantir moved a little bit lower after hours. And let's see what's going on. In this account, I did add another leap on this one here. So I bought the first couple contracts, I believe at 645, at 650. And it did dip today to below 600 a contract. So I bought one more. And the overall plan, Doug did ask me in yesterday's video, he kind of asked me my reasoning behind this. So for me, in the short term, I don't know what the bottom is going to be on Palantir. I don't know if it's going to be 29, if it's going to be 28, 27, or even 25. I do think 25 would be the lowest, I think, in my opinion, but you never know. But the lower and lower Palantir goes, going away from these levels, the plan is to start leveraging more and more in the tax advantage accounts. So the reason I do it here is because there is no tax, punishment for selling. There's no short-term capital gains. So I'm able to switch back and forth between calls and shares, and not have that tax drag. So if you see here, what I'll be using to kind of determine whether it's overbought or oversold is going to be the RSI. So from the beginning of the year, I'll just use the 1 year chart. You'll see this orange band at the very bottom here, around here. So you'll see that there's been periods where it's been higher. It's around 70. Anytime it's above 70 is going to be territory where it's quote unquote overbought. Anytime it hits the 30s, the low 30s, would be considered oversold. And if you notice, throughout the entire year, the most oversold it really got was April 19th, and it hit a 30 on the RSI. So this number is not very clean cut and dried. I'm not going to be waiting for 30 or below to then start buying. I'm just going to be buying heavier and heavier as this goes down. So just a couple days ago, RSI was at 69. Did it hit 70 at one point? Yeah, it looks like it did. So August 19th, it was at 70. And it's just been trending down and down and down. Let's zoom in a little bit more so you can see this trend line going down. So as we get lower and lower and lower, then I will be selling more and more shares and converting them into $47 calls. And it's like, why 47? Why so high up? Because I'm buying a lot of time with this. I am buying until December 2026 on these calls. So I'm buying myself a lot of time in the future to let the story play out, to let their earnings improve and everything, go even more and more in Palantir's favor, even more than it is now. So then when Palantir does reach these quote unquote overbought levels, where it's overvalued quote unquote, then I would sell off these calls and rebuy the shares with them. So that's my overall plan when it comes to the traditional and Roth IRA Palantir position. So actually I didn't go over today it went down 2% and down 0.6% overnight. 3 months we're up 50%. Year to date and all time we're up 34%. All right. In the Roth IRA, today we're down 1.77%. Up 31% in the past 3 months, 26% year to date, and all time as well. All right, so in this account, I'm not sure if I made any moves besides buying the extra leap on this one as well. On this one I did buy just one NVDL share, just to see if NVIDIA did crush earnings and if it moved after hours. It looks like it didn't. Looks like I might be holding on to this share for a long time. So I'm gonna be sitting there. It looks like Nvidia did post good numbers, but you know, you never know with the stock market. You know, short-term moves, what they're going to be. All right, in the big account, getting slightly smaller. We're down 1.6% today, and down an additional 1.4% overnight. In the past 3 months, we're up 58%. Year to date, 63.4%. 1 year, up 47%, and all time up 29.3%. So still doing relatively well. Let's see. In this account, I did sell 3 more puts. So here, I sold 3 of them this morning as Palantir was kind of tanking. I sold 3 more contracts at 87 cents each, or $87 per contract. So I sold it around here. And as you can see, those contracts that I sold, they've already dropped by 26%, which is good for me. And so total percent. So yeah, still down a little bit on those puts, expiring this week. The covered calls, though, they're doing pretty well. I'm up 39% on the $32 strikes, and I'm up 29% on the $33 strikes. Let's see how it's going on TSLL. I received 149 per contract, and they're now worth 161. That's not too hot for me, but hey, I still got till January 2025 to figure out what to do with this. In the meantime, just hold. Alright, it looks like that's it for the portfolio. So Cantonese Cat here, he is trying to stir up shit. Shout out to Cat. He's saying Alex Chris, CEO of PayPal, is better than Alex Karp. And this is my response to him.
I'm not gonna get mad. 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 But that's rude as shit. That's rude. I know what you guys want. I know what you guys want, and I know what you're looking for, but you're not gonna get it. I'm gonna relax and I'm gonna calm down, and I'm gonna have a Tito's and cranberry, and I'm gonna calm down. Miguel, shame on you, brother. Why are you guys here anyway?
That's my response. Wife, I gotta tell you something, but promise you won't flip out on me. Okay. I sold all of our Palantir stock. Here, Deep Valley is sharing a clip on that CNBC was talking about Palantir. And hey, name dropping Palantir.
Palantir? I'll let Joe hit it too, but you go first.
Okay, I'll start.
Palantir is up 22% since August 5th.
You can be the closer.
Let's do it. Right.
So, okay, we talked about software earlier. Do you want to talk about software, AI, and execution? Palantir, Palantir, Palantir. This is, like, to me, the only company that's actually taking all this, you know, nebulous conversation around AI and actually executing. And I think that this was it's still a very under-owned name. The institutional ownership has increased, but I think historically people thought this was a government contracts with the 3-letter agencies. Now all of their growth is coming from corporations taking their internal databases and having Palantir saying, hey, this is what you can do better. And I think it's early days for this company on the corporate side. And so this to me continues to be like one of the names to own if you want to have a great AI company that's actually monetizing what everyone's actually talking about.
The execution in terms of pivoting from having a revenue-oriented focus from government towards the commercial segment is absolutely remarkable. I've said this over and over again. This is the most underappreciated AI-adjacent name within the marketplace. It's proven itself in an environment where the rest of software appears to be challenged, standing above all of that, and it's delivering, and it did that in the last earnings report. Okay.
AI adjacent. Pilly the fucking best.
All right, gentlemen, that was my last one, unfortunately.
No, one more.
No, I'll play one more, I bet.
All right, bet.
Resign. Thanks for the. All right, gentlemen, that was my last one, unfortunately.
No, one more.
No, I'll play one more, I bet.
Here's a classic. listening to an earnings call for a company I have 0.7 shares in. Tagging Jensen Huang. And here, Mike with another great post. Every damn day, I hear a story about someone shopping for a crossover, test driving multiple ICE options, happening upon Tesla's website, thinking that they're way too expensive, and being totally shocked to find out that the Model Y is cheaper than the competition. Hey, y'all should just throw up a bunch of billboards with pictures of the Model Y and starting price plastered all over them. The masses still have the idea branded in their brains that Teslas are super expensive. So let's get Grok to make one of those. That's all Tesla needs. That's literally all a Tesla needs. Just add the Tesla logo on top or something. You know, Tesla Model Y. Under 38K. That's it. So I tagged Elon Musk. Hey, my Venmo's in my profile, so you can pay me for the image, and Mike Pat for the idea. Thanks. This was a great. So Palantir, when you guys get a chance, take a look at this post over here. So people from Palantir employees are sharing their story on how they came across the company, how they started working there, and kind of a little bit more of a background. And I think it's important to know who are the people that are really pushing this company forward. And I remember Sham, he was sharing an article that he wrote talking about valuing missionaries over mercenaries. Exposing them to difficult scenarios unleashes a superhero in them, the way gamma radiation transformed Bruce Banner into the Hulk. So, especially the forward deployed engineers, they called them deltas, or I'm not sure what the term, what the full term was, but it was like this group of engineers that actually went to the front lines. They went out to remote areas, working with the military, with people on the front lines, side by side, figuring out these problems and actually putting in the sweat equity to kind of, to really solve these problems. They weren't in the desk somewhere, back at home. They were actually putting in the work next to it. So that's what Alex Karp and Sham, they emphasize a lot, is that's the reason Palantir is where they are now, is that they put in that effort to actually solve important problems, not just trying to monetize AI for the sake of monetizing it. They were actually providing value and solutions to people and partners who later on become customers. So I think that'll be it for today, guys. Thank you all for your time, for caring to watch my progress. These videos I show them is so that way a couple years from now, when this portfolio is much larger, I want people to be able to look back when the portfolio is much, much smaller and see that it is possible to do it without doing these crazy YOLO options. You don't have to do a 10x play every time just to become rich. My goal isn't to become rich overnight. It's to keep putting my money to hard work, in a company that, like Palantir, that I believe will keep growing. And I hope, people can look back, at these videos. So with that, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow.